Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about there's not a single box. Instacart customer buys 60 boxes of spaghetti from Food Lion. Driver can't believe what she does next. So it is not surprising that there are some customers that have high expectations for their drivers. And 60 boxes of spaghetti already seems like a lot, especially with how stock typically works. But this customer is now saying that he can't believe what the customer ended up doing. So with that said, we are talking about everything that's being said in this article, how it actually is for Doordash, UberEats, Grubhub, and Instacart drivers, shoppers, and customers, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. Next time you want to order 60 boxes of spaghetti from Instacart, please don't. If you really must order 60 boxes of spaghetti from Instacart for some reason, at least tip your driver well. Seriously? Why are we still on this? Like, it's no tip, no trip. Not no tip, do the order anyway. Not no tip, shop for the entire order. Not no tip, make a TikTok about how ridiculous this order is. No tip, no trip. It's that simple.
So yesterday, I took this batch. This is not a great batch, but I knew there was going to be a good story behind it, so I took it. Because who the fuck buys 60 boxes of spaghetti?
I'm going to leave their TikTok as well as their profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject. You want to know why I don't like supporting orders like this? Yes, I totally understand. It was for the plot. It was for the joke, blah, blah, blah. But you're showing the customer that even though they didn't tip, they're going to get their order anyway, which is not exactly a kind of behavior we want to reward, you know? Now, again, did it make for a good TikTok? Heck yeah, it did. It went viral, but still not a message you want to send, you know?
So I reach out to this woman, and mind you, she only has two things on her list. She has the pot-ready spaghetti and then the 5 quarts of corn oil. And I tell her, I'm like, hey, I can almost guarantee that there's not going to be 60 boxes of this spaghetti on the shelf. So do you want me to supplement with another brand, or like, how do you want me to handle this? And she doesn't answer.
Oh my god, a no-tip customer ghosting their driver too? Who could have seen this coming?
And so like I call the store and I say, hey, can you guys get 60 boxes out? I'm doing Instacart. Somebody just put in this massive order for spaghetti. And she said, oh, well, I didn't get a truck in today. So, you know, whatever's on the shelf is whatever we have.
Oh, that's even worse. So now they can't even fulfill the order because he can't even get there to pick it up because they don't have it. And I guess that is what it is. Although I think that's a good tip in itself. If you got like a lot of something and you know it's not going to be on the shelves, you can call the store to have it come from the back and then bring it up for you. Hey, you know what? I think that's not a bad move. Pretty solid move on his part.
And I was like, great. So I get there. There's not a single box, right? So I message this woman. I'm like, hey, there's none of these boxes are here. Do you want Mueller's? Like, it's 50 cents more per box. And she's like, well, is it pot ready?
I'm sorry. Pot ready? What is pot ready pasta? The TikToker admits they needed a Google pot ready pasta to learn what it is. Essentially, pot ready pasta is shorter and easier to use. According to HEB, pot ready pasta is half the length compared to ordinary spaghetti. The advantage of pot ready spaghetti versus regular length spaghetti is that you can avoid the burning of spaghetti ends that might extend out of the pot and be vulnerable to the heat from the stove top. Oh, okay. So all those people that get all uppity for breaking the pasta in half, they have like half-length pasta. Okay, so fair enough, fair enough. Unfortunately, the TikToker says that the Mueller's spaghetti available was not pot ready, so the customer decided that they didn't want the spaghetti after all. The shopper says they just refunded the customer for the spaghetti on the Instacart app and they continued on shopping for the rest of the order. I'm surprised that was only part of the order then. 60 boxes of spaghetti and you had to refund all of it? I would assume that's the main part of the order. I'd be like, hey, are you sure you want this? You want to cancel? So that way it's not as costly on you. What do you want to do here?
Me personally, I don't know why she can't just break the shit in half herself, but whatever. So I'll just refund the spaghetti.
Every Italian in the world would fight you if you broke the spaghetti like that. The video, which was posted on August 19th, has over 2,000 views. The things you do for content, huh? What are viewers saying? The comment section is filled with other Instacart shoppers venting about their perils dealing with customers. I hate Target batches. They never have the items. I asked a lady once if she wanted to cancel it because it was clear that she was buying a birthday gift and the only thing in stock was the card, one commenter said. I mean, it does seem kind of obvious. I mean, if they don't have a card, I understand why they would still want the card shipped, but still. My thing is, why do these customers think there's that many in store? Like, come on, another road. Had an order twice for 48 cans of soup and twice for 150 bananas. Surprised they had enough both times, another recalled. Yeah, but here's the thing, and this is something that I'm noticing based on this guy's demeanor and this guy's strategy. He called ahead. He knew exactly how to handle that. That's not a tactic you learn by shopping for these orders. That's a tactic you learn after doing this kind of work long enough and having the experience to know, hey, sometimes this is possible. And that is the very big difference between an Instacart shopper and a food delivery driver that happens to do Instacart as well. So good thought there on his part.
Oh, and can we talk about how she didn't actually tip anything? Right? Like, I got the 2 orders. If you remember, the tip on it was $6.48, and I got the tip from customer B for $6.48, which ended up bumping up to $8.39 because it was done a percentage and she bought extra shit. That's not really the point here. The point is, she wanted me to go shopping for 60 boxes of spaghetti and didn't tip anything. Like, what's wrong with these people?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Like, this was a double batch and her batch didn't have the tip. Got you. I wouldn't have taken it anyway. Like, I don't typically take doubles or triples, but that again is the difference between a Instacart shopper and a food delivery driver. An Instacart shopper knows all those little techniques, and a food delivery driver is just fulfilling the order. So good to have a specialist like that. Previous occasions where Instacart customers didn't tip their driver well or at all have been well documented on the Daily Dot. One occasion, a driver says the customer didn't tip on a $600 order. I actually made a video on that as well. I will leave that in the description. Feel free to check it out. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. Honestly, this is the kind of service that somebody who tips their drivers should be receiving. I hate that the customer who received this order didn't tip their driver, but they piggybacked on somebody who did. And that's frustrating because the other customer didn't order that much, didn't have that unreasonable expectation, but they are the ones that actually treated the driver right. And that's the point of no-tip customers. The less they tip, the higher the expectation they have. Which it's funny because 60 boxes of spaghetti, while that may not seem like a lot for the exact kind of spaghetti that you want, if they don't have the stock, they don't have the stock. And not to mention you had a problem with it being pot ready or not being pot ready. Like, that is the kind of treatment that I would just refund the entire order for. Like, no, that's not something I'm willing to do for you. You're lucky you got anything at all. But that also goes to show why it's no tip, no trip. It's not no tip, go through hoops for the customer anyway. Not no tip, make a TikTok about it. Not no tip, do the order because it's stacked with another order with a customer that happens to tip. No tip, no trip. It's that simple. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.